The fall of the Empire of the Sun. Imagine the greatest empire of pre-Columbian America, Tawan Tiansuyu, the land of the children of the Sunday. Its capital, Cusco, literally shone with gold. Temple walls, palaces, gardens, everything was decorated with precious metal. For the Incas, gold was not money, but the sweat of the sun, a sacred material for the gods. But in the 1530s, Spanish conquistadors, led by Francisco Pizarro, arrived on Inca lands. They treacherously captured Emperor Atahualpa. He offered a ransom to fill a room measuring 6 by 4 meters up to the height of a raised hand with gold. And the Incas did it, but the Spaniards executed the emperor and melted the gold into ingots. The looting of the empire had begun. Then, in desperation, the remaining Incas decided on the unthinkable. They gathered all the surviving gold statues of gods, golden plates from temples, chieftains' ornaments, and retreated into the deep forests of the east. There, where according to their belief, the moon is born. There they built a secret city, the last stronghold of their empire. Legend named it Paititi. What does the name Paititi mean? In the Quechua language, Paititi translates as land where the moon is born, or lost city. Other indigenous tribes called it House of the Tiger King, a hint at incredible wealth and deadly danger awaiting anyone who dares to approach. According to legend, Paititi is not just a fortified village, but a huge city made of pure gold. The roads there are paved with golden slabs, the walls of houses gleam with noble metal, and in the main temple there's a golden sun disk the size of a chariot wheel. There too are thousands of gold nuggets, diamonds, rubies, and priceless Inca artifacts. Where to look for Paititi? For nearly 500 years, this city has haunted treasure hunters, scientists, and dreamers. Where is it located? According to legends and old maps, Paititi is hidden in an inaccessible region at the junction of 3 modern countries: southeastern Peru, northern Bolivia, and southwestern Brazil. This is the area of the Greater Amazon, an endless green ocean of impenetrable jungle. Why is it so hard to find? First, the jungle there is so dense that even from the air you cannot see what lies beneath the canopy. Second, this region is inhabited by hostile indigenous tribes that refuse contact with the outside world. And third, nature itself protects the secret. Poisonous snakes, predators, fever, and incredible humidity have killed more seekers than any traps. Expeditions spanning centuries. The first major search for Paititi was organized by Spanish conquistador Juan Alvarez Maldonado in 1567. He moved along the Madre de Dios River, whose name means Mother of God. His party disappeared without a trace. Since then, more than 1,500 expeditions have been launched. Dozens of brave travelers have vanished in the jungle. Only a few returned with stories of strange stone structures lost in the clouds. In 1925, British explorer Colonel Percy Fawcett set out to find a lost city with his eldest son. Before leaving, he gave an instruction: "If we don't return, do not look for us." They never returned. Their fate remains a mystery, and Fawcett's story inspired Conan Doyle to write The Lost World. Sensational discoveries. It all sounds like a beautiful fairy tale, but in 2001, Italian archaeologist Mario Poglia made a sensational discovery. In the Jesuit archives in Rome, he found a letter from 1600 written by missionary Andres Lopez. The letter reported to the Vatican that in the jungles of eastern Peru, there was a huge golden city, which the Indians called Paititi. And in 2017, Peruvian researchers discovered an old map that showed a route to the legendary city. The map looked so authentic that several expeditions immediately set out along the indicated route. But the jungle once again claimed its victims. What do modern technologies say? For a long time, scientists were skeptical about the legends of Paititi. But in the last 10 years, the situation has changed dramatically. Thanks to LiDAR technology, laser scanning from the air, archaeologists have done the impossible. LiDAR allows you to see through the foliage and create three-dimensional maps of the terrain. And what did they find? Thousands of previously unknown cities, complex road networks, enormous pyramids, and even entire metropolises hidden by the jungle have been discovered in the Amazon. This means that ancient civilizations could build real stone cities in the very heart of the jungle. So why should Paititi not be one of those cities? Fellow legends, other golden cities. We've told you about Paititi, the last stronghold of the Incas. But this legend is not alone. It has brothers and sisters all over the world. The most famous is Dorado. Many people confuse the two names, but it's important to distinguish. Dorado is the Gilded Man, a legend about a Muisca chief who was covered in gold dust. Paititi, on the other hand, is a city, a hidden city of the Incas. There is also the legend of the City of the Caesars in Patagonia, a wandering city full of silver and gold. Or Ciudad Blanca, the White City in the jungles of Honduras, which locals call the City of the Monkey God. All these stories are similar. Impassable jungles, mountains, deadly traps, and untold treasures. But Paititi stands out because it has concrete historical roots and real documents. What has actually been found? For a long time, scientists considered Paititi pure fiction. But archaeology and modern technology are beginning to change that view. In 2018, an international team of researchers used LiDAR in the Peruvian Amazon. And what did they find? Beneath the jungle canopy lay the remains of a complex network of roads, agricultural terraces, and stone building foundations. It was not a city of pure gold, but it was a real settlement built in the Inca style. In the same area, archaeologists found gold and silver artifacts, ornaments, ritual knives, small figurines. No golden roads, of course. But this proves that the Incas did indeed retreat into these forests and create refuges there. Why gold was not the main thing? Here it is important to understand one thing. When the Spaniards heard legends of golden cities, they imagined pure gold from which walls and roofs were made. But for the Incas, gold was a sacred material. They used it to make temple ornaments, masks, statues of gods. But building houses out of pure gold? That would have been sacrilege. Gold is the sweat of the sun. It cannot be trodden underfoot. Therefore, Paititi was most likely not a city made of gold, but a city where golden treasures were stored. And this detail makes the legend more plausible. The Incas did not build golden roads. They took their sacred objects and hid them in a safe place. Latest expeditions and mysteries that remain. The most recent searches for Paititi took place in 2019 and 2022. Peruvian and Brazilian researchers, armed with drones and LiDAR, scoured inaccessible areas of Madidi National Park in Bolivia and regions around the Madre de Dios River. They managed to discover several previously unknown archaeological features, remains of walls, platforms, possibly ceremonial grounds. But the city itself has not yet been found. Why? Perhaps Paititi is not a single city, but a network of refuges. Fleeing from the Spaniards, the Incas may have created several hidden settlements, not just one, and the legends merged them into a single image of a rich golden city.
As
The
we gently
legend
push the door open,
continues
the gold
to
surface
live.
blazes in the torch.
Paititi has long
revealing the
ceased to be
magnificent
just a
city of
target for
gold
treasure
beyond the gate.
hunters. It has become part of pop culture, inspiring films, books, and video games. Think of Indiana Jones. Many of his adventures were inspired by tales of lost cities. Conan Doyle's The Lost World, The Gold of the Incas, and even some storylines from Lara Croft directly reference Paititi. And every year, new adventurers assemble expeditions, some for gold, some for glory, and some simply because they believe that somewhere in the green ocean of the Amazon, untouched stone houses still stand. And inside them, the gold of the Incas still glimmers, a silent witness to the tragic fall of a great empire. Conclusion. We do not know if Paititi will be found in our lifetime, but we know one thing for sure. As long as people dream, as long as they are willing to take risks and search, the legend lives on. And perhaps that is the greatest treasure of all. Thank you for staying with us. If you're fascinated by historical mysteries and legends of ancient civilizations, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell. Many more secrets await. See you next time.